So, we've all been there, right? You have this beautiful orchid, and then one day it just looks sad, withered. But hold on, don't throw it out just yet. Today, we are going to walk through a super simple, all-natural way to bring that orchid back from the brink, turning it from just surviving into absolutely thriving with gorgeous flowers.
And that's really what this is all about. Even when a plant looks like it's totally given up, the leaves are droopy, no flowers in sight, there's this incredible resilience packed inside. All we have to do is figure out how to awaken that potential.
All right, let's get into it. Before we can start the rescue mission, we have to play detective. We need a proper diagnosis. What is really going on with our poor orchid?
Okay, so this is where things get really interesting, because what you see on the surface is often misleading. You see wilted leaves and think, oh, it must be thirsty, so you water it more. But a lot of the time, the real problem is the exact opposite. The growing medium is totally saturated, it's soggy, and it's literally suffocating the roots. They can't get any oxygen, so they start to rot. And once the roots are rotten, the plant can't drink at all, which is why the leaves wilt, even when it's sitting in a puddle of water. And sometimes the plant sends you a really clear signal. In the source material for this whole explainer, a tiny worm was actually found wiggling around in the pot. Now, the worm itself isn't going to kill the orchid, but its presence is a massive red flag. It tells you the environment is so wet, so stagnant, that other critters are starting to move in. For an orchid, that's basically a 5-alarm fire. So, we've diagnosed the problem. It's root rot. Now it's time to roll up our sleeves and get this orchid prepped for recovery. Think of it as a little bit of careful plant surgery. We've got 3 absolutely critical steps here. First, we're going to snip off that old flower spike. I know, it feels wrong, but trust me, it forces the orchid to stop wasting energy trying to make flowers and focus everything it has on the real emergency, regrowing its roots. Second, we're getting rid of all that old soggy medium. And third, and this is the most important part, we are going to carefully prune away every single rotten root. They're just holding the plant back. So how do you tell the good roots from the bad? Well, healthy orchid roots are firm. If you give them a gentle squeeze, they feel solid. They can be white, bright green, or even kind of ivory colored. If a root is brown, mushy, or feels hollow and papery, yeah, that's gotta go. Don't be shy here. You're doing your orchid a huge favor by getting rid of all that dead weight. Okay, our orchid is all prepped and cleaned up. Now for the really cool part, the magic potion, if you will. We're gonna mix up a powerful, all-natural solution that's going to soothe those damaged roots and kickstart a ton of new growth. Now, the source material for this actually gives us a couple of fantastic homemade options. There's one with garlic and vitamin B1, but the one we're going to zero in on today is called the Reviver. It's a really simple but incredibly effective mix of just rice and fresh aloe vera. So, why this combo? Well, it turns out that water that's had rice soaking in it is packed with nutrients that act like a natural rooting hormone. It basically tells the plant, hey, it's time to grow new roots. And then you have aloe vera, which is a total powerhouse. It's naturally antibacterial, so it protects those freshly cut roots from getting infected, and it helps the plant heal itself by encouraging new cells to grow. So you've soaked your ingredients, you've strained the liquid, and now you just submerge the orchid's remaining healthy roots right into that mixture. And here's the key. The magic number is 20 minutes. That's the perfect amount of time for the roots to soak up all those amazing nutrients without getting waterlogged. Oh, and here's a fantastic pro tip. Don't just toss that solution when you're done. While the roots are having their spa day, dip a soft cloth or a cotton ball into the mix and gently wipe down the leaves. This does 2 amazing things. It cleans off any dust so the leaves can breathe and photosynthesize better, and it gives the plant a little extra nutrient boost right through its leaves. Okay, we've done the hard part. The orchid has been treated, it's been fed. Now we have to set it up for success with a brand new home, one that's designed to make sure that root rot problem never ever happens again. And the answer is something called the semi-hydroponic method. It sounds fancy, but it's actually super simple. Instead of burying the roots back in a dense potting mix, we're going to grow the orchid mostly in water. This gives the roots direct access to all the moisture they need. But, and this is crucial, it also surrounds them with air, giving them that oxygen they were so desperate for. And getting this set up, it's so easy. You just grab a clear container, a glass vase is perfect because you can see what's going on, and you place your orchid inside. Then you add some clean, chlorine-free water. Now, listen up, because this is the most important part. You only want the water to just barely touch the very tips of the lowest roots.
That's it. This creates a wonderfully humid environment inside the vase that encourages new roots to grow down toward the water without ever drowning them.
And the upkeep from here on out is a breeze. About every 2 weeks, you're going to take the orchid out and give its roots another soak in that natural fertilizer solution we made. And every time you do that, just be sure to give the container a quick rinse and fill it with fresh, clean water. Simple as that. So you've done all the work. You've performed the surgery, you've mixed the magic potion, you've set up the perfect new home. So what happens next? What's the reward for all that gentle care? Well, let's take a look.
The results are honestly just spectacular. After only 3 weeks in this new setup, you start to see these tiny, bright green root tips poking out. It's amazing. And over time, those roots grow long and healthy, the leaves get their color back and become firm again, and eventually the plant is so happy and has so much energy that it sends up a brand new flower spike, rewarding you with those incredible blooms we all love. And that quote really just captures the whole spirit of this, doesn't it? It shows that with just a little patience and a real understanding of what a plant actually needs, you can help it create this amazing comeback story. You're not just saving a plant, you're helping it become its best, most beautiful self again.
So, as we wrap up, I'll leave you with this little thought. This method is obviously a game changer for orchids, but the core principle, diagnosing the real problem and then providing the perfect conditions to heal, that applies to so much more. So take a look around your own home and garden. What's out there just waiting for a second chance?